One, two, three.
Yeah!
Silent recap!
I cannot contain it. I can't contain it.
Ow!
Oh, did I hit you?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. This is the Stydia Corner. And this is my ghost speaking from the grave in the Stydia Corner. But like, not the Stydia grave, because the Stydia grave is non-existent because the Stydia are together. It is just my grave because I am dead. I love them. I love that they're together. I love that their friendship is still intact. I love that Lydia saved Styles twice. Once with the help of his father. How much better can it get? The answer is it can't. That's the best. There's no beating it. Their kiss was adorable. I loved it. It was so sweet and tender, and I just, oh. So I really liked that they had the kiss, obviously. But honestly, my favorite part of the kiss was after the kiss, when they like hugged and Styles kind of like kissed her on the cheek. And I thought that that was super sweet and tender, and it kind of like, it made sense to me because it just kind of like wrapped up their whole relationship. Like it wasn't just the kiss, it was the aftermath. I don't think that makes any sense to anybody other than myself, but that was my favorite part. I think it's adorable how Styles is still completely in awe about how smart Lydia is, and I am still completely in awe of how smart Lydia is, because Lydia is amazing and I love her. Ah, I'm just so happy. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy. I loved it. I loved the Stydia. I loved the not Stydia. I loved the whole episode. It was incredible. And I'm dead inside. In the best way. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boo! I thought it was sweet.
It was. It was very
I know.
sweet.
I
just want to clarify to everyone, it's just like,
I know.
it's not that I'm upset they're together. What I didn't like was that we didn't even see Scott and Melissa reunite.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's where my frustration comes from. It was very cute. It was very sweet. I loved that she screamed to save him. Not once, but twice. I loved that she teamed up with the sheriff and they were like, we're gonna save our boy. It was just sort of like, would I have also loved for Lydia to scream and save literally anyone else? Because I don't understand why it takes 10 episodes of thought processing to think, hey, if they're scared of her, maybe if she screams that'll do something. But, you know, when have we ever put stock in Lydia's banshee powers? But whatever. I think we were probably most insane during that fight scene.
That was so amazing.
I thought it was truly inspiring because I threw my legs on you for the preview of the recap video. But like, little did I know that I would actually have the urge to throw myself completely into your arms when Theo, Peter, who were on the screen at the same time, and Malia were all there to be like, listen, this is the We Love Scott Club.
Yes!
Suck it.
I loved it so much. Literally everybody was a badass, especially Malia.
Especially
Malia. Oh my god. Oh my god.
My daughter. Oh my god.
I love her so much.
I don't feel like I've ever like been truly as close to Malia and her spirit as I was
Honestly,
today.
same. I've like always really loved Malia, but today I like sold my soul to her.
I mean, we had the whole dad thing, and then Peter feels, and then you get Peter's emotional development, you get Malia's emotional
saving
development.
her father!
Like, I'm not running away this time, I'm gonna save my dad. And then Theo, who is now like the protective older brother of Liam, I guess.
I love it so much. He loves Liam so much, and it came out of nowhere.
Do you know how to ride a horse? No. It feels like that's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Loving smirk. Like, oh my goodness.
And of course, Peter's iconic
the best line of the episode. Nobody likes a Nazi.
I'm not a part of this pack either, but nobody likes a Nazi.
Because true! Theo.
Corey was back on the show. Listen, yes. I'm always up for talking about Theo if you want to talk about Theo.
I'm really
more.
not done talking about Theo. I'm really not done. I've never like had an overwhelming urge to just like touch someone's hair before. but I really, really need to know how that hair felt. I tried to make that sound as least creepy as possible. I don't know if I succeeded, but like, just God bless the hair team and Cody Christian for having that hair.
Genetics.
Like, thank you. Okay, we have to, I want to keep talking about Theo, but we should move on.
Corey.
That
was cute.
But, I mean, it wasn't cute with the
no,
tube sticking out
I
of
mean,
him,
I
but,
was
like,
going into Mason being like,
yes,
I know
that's his voice.
His voice.
That
And then they held hands, and he was like, not yet, we have to save everyone. Also, like, props to the fandom, because we were all, like, second episode, we were like, is Corey the key? He can just bring people back, and then everyone in this episode was like, oh my god, wait, but Corey can jump between dimensions, and we were all like,
stupid.
No, really? Can he do that? On a less cute note, oh my god, I thought we were gonna get away without seeing Claudia, and we didn't.
I honestly didn't even think that that was gonna be a thing. I thought that once the sheriff remembered Styles, she was just poof, gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very taken aback by that, and I hated it.
I was like, oh, well, at least we saw the sheriff crying, that sucked, it's over. But then we had to see Styles face his dead mother too, and I was like, ah, great, I hate all of you for forcing me through this.
To be fair though, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse. Styles could have been way more affected by it than he was. He kind of like, he like fell for it a little bit, but like ultimately he knew it wasn't real, yeah. So he was just kind of like reserved. Liam
had some great lines today.
Listen, this entire season I've wanted to like smack Liam over the head. He was just being dumb about many things. But this episode, he like back on track. He's the good kind of goofy, and I adore him. My small
Styles is sitting there with the fire extinguisher, and Liam's going, Liam, you're fine. It doesn't feel nice.
I love this episode, because like to me this episode really brought me back to like 3A kind of ness, where everybody was like together and like there was a lightheartedness about it.
There was a lighthearted end.
I like it, cause
so
like,
much so that I don't trust it. I mean, granted, we have 10 episodes, so we have every reason to not trust it. But also, like, I understand that they had the throwaway line where they were like, yeah, it's been 3 months since you left. I did not appreciate everyone coming back and then being like, last day of school, okay, you didn't get prom, you didn't get graduation, you didn't get to see any of this shit. I know that Jeff said in advance,
no
you're
prom.
not doing a prom, you're not getting a graduation. To the viewers. I knew that going in. I expected to not get those things 10 episodes from now, not to not have them now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for everyone to be like, ah, you're going to this college, you're going to this college.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
I would have felt better if this was the last episode ever.
It was very abrupt.
But that's the thing. It's like knowing that this is the mid-season finale, I feel unsure. Because, like, how are they going to end the show? Like, this would have been the perfect end
to the show. This is how we all pictured it. It's the last day of school. The teen part of the teen wolf is over. I mean, granted, you're still a teenager, your first year in college for most people, but also, like, technicality. Shush.
Like, they pass the torch on to the younger generation. They they're passing everything on, and then, like, they go back into the woods with, like, to find a dead body.
That would have been it.
That's the perfect ending.
That should have been the end of the show.
So, like, whoa.
So what are we doing now?
What happens?
While Riders on the Storm gives us some closure on our hero stories, there are still 10 more episodes to come. Executive producer Jeff Davis was kind enough to give us some insight. It is about the rise of new hunters. It is also a season that is sort of inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. It's definitely a season of very dark horror.
Oh my god!
We have some of our grossest stuff coming your way. Awesome. Tyler Posey, Holland Roden, and my phone froze, Shelley Hennig will return. Dylan O'Brien will return in some capacity. Okay. This is what I didn't want.
This is what I didn't want either.
I don't want Teen Wolf to continue with a whole bunch of new faces for 10 episodes and then be over. Because you're not going to have time to expand those characters.
No, it's
you're gonna corner yourself
They're
into
throwaway characters.
into like a Suicide Squad. Not that Suicide Squad wasn't enjoyable, but the problem
there
it
were
had
so many
was
characters.
there were so many characters and not enough time to establish them.
Like, it's one thing to introduce new villains, because, like, you need a new villain. But when they're saying they're introducing new characters as good and bad guys, it's like, what's the point? You're not gonna
know
have,
the show is ending.
You're not gonna have enough time to appreciate the characters or fall in love with them or get anything about them. And if you do, it's gonna be at the expense of the original cast that the show is about. Like, Scott, Lydia, Malia. So, like, what's the point? Remember, stay critical. Always stay critical.
I want to do a sort of formal thank you now, though, because this does in some way feel like
the last episode.
It has been a crazy 4 years.
Crazy
going on 4
4 years.
Yeah. So thank you so much for following this channel, for watching any and all of the videos that you did. Whatever you choose to do with Teen Wolf as a show, with basically Banshees as a channel, thank you for interacting with us.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all of it.
That being said, there have also been a couple of requests for us to do another Q&A video.
Yes!
So if you want to leave any comments on this video, or you can send them into our Basically Banshees Tumblr, addressed to both of us, addressed to either of us, if you want to hear us talk about something really specific on Teen Wolf, something that's not Teen Wolf, something about each other, if you want to know how Brianna is like the warmest human being on the face of the planet and always asks me to turn on the fan even though I'm freezing, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about anything. Her favorite food is dumplings.
There you go. Questions answered.
Now you don't need to ask those. You're good. We'll be happy to do a Q&A video to fill the hiatus. I'm Brittany.
I'm Brianna.
And these have been our reactions to
the first half of Teen Wolf Season 6. They didn't foreshadow anything. Because Season 2 they foreshadowed the Alpha Pack.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.